Revenge films.
I'm Kim, 27 years old. I work in sales. I met my husband Leonard in college and we tied the knot 2 years ago. We both work. His parents have been farmers all their lives, but they never told us to take over their farm. They know that farming is hard work to make a living, and they said that it would be nice for us to live in the city doing what we wanted. After all, we went to college and got decent jobs. I was grateful for their kind understanding. My husband has zero interest in agriculture, and even when we visited them, he wouldn't give a helping hand. I couldn't just stand there watching them work hard, so I helped out doing what I could. My parents-in-law and I were on good terms. I was willing to visit them to help out during the harvest seasons other than regular holiday visits. They were very cordial and said, "Oh, thank you for coming, but you don't have to do this." Once my mother-in-law told me the story about how she had been forced to help out when she was younger. She said she was threatened with divorce if she didn't follow the family tradition. She said she didn't want me to go through the same things she had experienced and that she respects her son's life choices. My father-in-law seems to stand the same. They consider themselves the last generation in the family business. With gratitude, I was working hard for my own job. One day it paid off and I got promoted. I was so happy to be recognized at work, and I told my husband this news first thing. And he said, somewhat indifferently,
"Oh, that's good."
His attitude caught my attention, but I didn't think much about it. I got busier at work and couldn't visit my in-laws as I used to. Then it was around summer vacation time. When I visited them this time, though, they were eager to teach me about agriculture. She used to tell me, "You don't have to work so hard." But this time she said, "I have so much to teach you today. I hope you can catch up." I wondered why she said that to me, but I followed her instructions and kept doing the physically demanding work until it got dark. To my surprise, my husband, who had never helped out before, joined us that day to do the hard work. Something was wrong, so I had to bring it up at dinner. "What happened to you today?" And he said,
It's only natural that I help out. After all, I'm the son of the farmer.
and his father said with a big smile,
I never imagined one day you would become interested in agriculture.
I had to ask, "What's going on here?" And my husband said,
We're taking over the farm. You've got to quit your job.
I was shocked. "You never told me about that. I'm not going to quit my job." Then his father seemed confused as well.
Did you decide this all by yourself without talking to Kim?
His mother said, "I thought she agreed to this." And she apologized for making us work extra hard that afternoon. The three of us stared at my husband and demanded an explanation.
Of course it's for my parents. They didn't spell it out, but there's no doubt they wanted us to take over the farm.
It didn't stop there. He already quit his job, but I couldn't believe all the things he had done without consulting me, not even once. He didn't admit his wrong actions and kept yelling at me instead. I couldn't deal with it and decided to go home alone. The next day, he came home awkwardly. After he had heard a lot of criticism from his parents, he had an envelope in his hand.
If you don't help my parents and take over the farm with me, I'll divorce you. I want you to get out.
Inside the envelope, there were divorce papers. I looked at him and said, "Are you serious?"
Positive. You married me, and if you don't agree to your husband's wishes, I'll divorce you.
He then kicked a kitchen chair. He became enraged and went on kicking furniture and breaking things. That convinced me that I could not go on living with this man. Besides, I just got a promotion and raise. How could I possibly give all that up? I would rather divorce. He wasn't honest with me. He can't talk to me. I should listen to and obey him no matter what? No way. I told him that he could file a divorce. I don't know how he took this, but he said,
I'll be at my parents' house. You can come when you quit your job.
And left. I thought about it overnight, but I didn't change my mind. How could I quit my job over this? I decided to give a call to my attorney in the morning. Afterward, I moved out of our apartment and found a place near my work. I focused on my work and almost felt refreshed. A couple of months later, I got another raise. I felt independent and started to enjoy my life again. It was then my ex called me. He sounded upset.
Hey, where are you now? Somebody else is living in our apartment.
I told him that I moved out. He said,
You can't move out without even telling your husband first.
So I said, What husband? We're not a couple anymore, are we?
No, we're still together.
So I told him how our divorce has been going on. He got very upset and asked me why, so I reminded him that it was him who decided to file for divorce without talking to me in the first place. And he finally shut up. I said there's nothing to talk about anymore, and he started telling the truth. The day I told him about my promotion for the first time was the same day he'd made a huge mistake at work and been demoted and given a pay cut. He became even more depressed when he saw how happy I was. He said he would rather take over the family business than see me get promoted and be more successful than him. I couldn't believe what I was hearing and his actions for such selfish reasons. I couldn't forgive him.
I apologize to you, and I won't tell you to quit your job. Just please don't go ahead with the divorce proceedings. My parents will be disappointed.
But the divorce was already final. It was too late. I went to his parents' house and told them all about it. They were very sad to hear it and apologized to me over and over. Please don't worry about us. It was my son's fault. I can't believe he told you the same thing as my mother-in-law told me. They were disappointed with their son. He asked his parents for help in talking it out with me, but his father simply told him to start by sincerely apologizing to me since he was the one who started it. He said sorry to me many times, but that didn't change how I felt. I heard that he later moved back to his parents' home and started learning farming, but the work was harder than he thought, and he gave that up. They were fed up with their son for the whole thing and kicked him out eventually. Reconsidering working as an office worker, he started job hunting, but the things were hard in real life. Meanwhile, he's moving from one place to another. As for me, my in-laws contacted me and told me all about this. I still visit them from time to time and keep a good relationship with them. I became close to my ex-mother-in-law and we talked about many things. I hope I can maintain this new relationship with them.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.